So, okay, here's the thing. I think if you get a team all together, like a good team, you could probably wipe them out.
You can't just say a good team without saying what type of Warframes you're gonna use. Don't just say a good team and be like,
well, okay, hold on.
team.
We just clarified that they have sensory organs. Does that mean that they have tendencies like sleep, tiredness, or anything like that?
They don't sleep and they don't need to eat.
Those are not part of sensory organs, bro.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
They actually physically can't sleep. At least some breeds of them can.
Some breeds. So that doesn't
Majority
include all of them.
breeds. The only breeds that don't, that actually do sleep, are hive tyrants, because when they sleep, they're hibernating to produce a new adaptation. In this hibernation only takes about 2 hours. Once they wake up, they're fully healed, they're just ready to fucking go, and that's also while processing any new information collected by the hive and then sent to them by the hive lord. And then, now, oh, am I in the middle of a fight and we're encountering something that we can't kill quite yet, but we've killed a few of them? Okay, I'm gonna fuck off for a second and go to sleep for a bit. When I wake back up, I'll be able to tell all my buddies how to kill these fuckers.
Vauban.
Vauban would be interesting, because he'd be able to hold himself up pretty good against them. His
So, okay.
Tesla Nervos, all of that. Amazing CC, which is kind of what you need for something like the Tyranids.
So, okay, Vauban might be a confirmed add-on to that team. Shebegoth.
No, not really. Because it's confirmed they don't really have a soul. Tyranids don't have souls.
Okay,
Tyranids do not have souls. They don't even have a presence in the world. They're not robots. They don't have a soul. They don't have minds. They can think for themselves.
So let's think of it like this. They're kind of like a mushroom.
Yeah, they're basically. Oh no, you shouldn't have said that. You just reminded me of another thing in Warhammer.
Uh-oh.
Orcs.
Oh shit, orcs.
Orcs are literal fucking mushrooms. They are mushrooms. Literally, when you kill an orc, right, it releases a bunch of spores, and these spores grow into more orcs. They are mushrooms.
Okay, let's ignore orcs because they are all-powerful beings.
Grendel.
For right now, we'll ignore the orcs. I understand. Just shut up.
Grendel couldn't stop fucking orcs.
I don't even think Grendel could stop that.
He'll just suck it all up.
I know, but seriously,
it's an endless buffet of mushrooms.
Saren?
That man will be happy.
Saren would be interesting against Tyranids, but not orcs.
I said put aside the orcs right now. Saren is an infectious frame that
Saren
spreads with.
Confirmed to work against Tyranids, as the Plaguebringers of Nurgle were able to wipe out an entire planet of Tyranids by spreading the plague that they carry.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so Vauban, Saren. I'm gonna say we have a team of 4 here because it's an obvious thing.
Yeah.
So okay.
Even for Tyranids, Saren and Vauban would be good. Goths, no, because he's fast, but he's not fast enough to avoid an entire fucking horde of millions of Tyranids.
Ooh. So something that can get someone out of a stick. Okay, Limbo has to be on that team then.
Limbo is good, yes.
So Limbo can send everyone else out of that time, so nothing can really touch them. But at the same time, it wouldn't be able to work because while you're in that time stream, you can't do anything.
You can only kill things that are inside that stream, which means
But
it
they
would
are
only
paused.
be to take a breather.
But also, whatever that's in that time stream that's not an ally, they'll be frozen in time.
Yeah. But
That is-
that's only if Limbo does that himself. If he doesn't stasis them, they will still be able to kill them.
Or not, like that automatically happens. As soon as the ability is started.
Okay. Let's think. The 4th. So Limbo could work if under
Could
right
work, but
circumstances.
He could work, but he's not as good as a Vauban or Saren.
Protea wouldn't work at all. As much as I would love to say Protea could work, it
Not
wouldn't.
even a chance.
Not a
even
chance,
fucking
because even with all of that, you would have to have a really big arsenal to do so. She
Yeah.
might be an engineer,
Oberon.
but no, it would not work. Revenant could work though.
Oberon.
Oberon?
Oberon would be good due to his hollowed ground and healing capabilities.
He also
Plus
has
his little
smite.
Radiation orb thing. Yeah, he has literal smite.
Okay, so instead of
But his
so
radiation
Limbo,
wouldn't work because he's all about radiation. His radiation would not work.
Yeah,
Or
but he has
immune
more
to
sources
radiation.
of work.
okay, so
Or his allies instead of
I will
trying
So
give you a
Revenant-
hint, they're weak to fire.
to Ember.
we
The
could.
flaming chicken nugget.
That is true. So okay, they are really weak to fire.
Question,
Not
can they
really
bleed?
weak, but they are weak. They,
Can they
do
bleed?
have blood, but don't need it because their blood is acidic like xenomorphs.
But if they gush out way too much, can they
It'll
actually
melt
end
the
it?
brain. No, they do not suffer any effects of blood loss unless every ounce of their blood is gone pretty much.
Garuda,
Okay.
no matter what, she will literally not need to be close. And
Now,
she'll just
okay.
make them lose every ounce of their blood.
Do
Even
you know,
if
Stark
No, actually no, he's got a point. That would replace Oberon in the situation. You said they're immune to radiation.
yes.
Garuda
That
can
means
also use
instead
their
of
blood
having
also to
Oberon
heal
in there,
enemies
the
multiple
healing
times.
capability is Garuda.
And
Yeah.
then she also has that big ass shield you can use with the big ass blood orb. That'll deal a lot of AoE damage to everyone.
There's also one more thing. Let's say this Garuda has combat discipline. Every time I lose health, teammates gain more health.
Well, I said we were going off of just basic Warframes.
Yeah,
Crazy
and
weapons,
that
crazy
that's like the
builds.
thing though.
That's the
But
thing.
yeah,
they can't
no,
really
it
just
still
go in there
works.
barehanded.
It still works because in this situation now we have Vauban, Saren, Limbo, and Garuda. Those are
Yeah,
great
that-
enough
that could
to
work.
maybe work. But you also have to think about what we just said. They're weak to fire, but not completely. Like,
Fire is powerful against them, but it's not fatal.
is there anything that would be fatal?
Not really.
Not that we know of.
No,
but-
Caliban.
Caliban. As much as Caliban would.
His sentience wrath and his what's it called? His conculists would be helpful because of his
Oh,
shield.
Garuda. I mean,
They
not
would-
Garuda, Gara.
They would easily like climb on top of him. They would tear him apart, but his shields would protect him for the time until they were taken out. And plus, that
And also,
adds
he will
three
adapt to the
things
damage too.
Yeah, he'll adapt to the damage they cause, and and his shields and his body will become stronger to it due to being offensive. So
So-
he'll have reactive armor, and he'll have a source of shield while having 3 guys to take the hits for him.
So, alright.
Then there's also Gara who can cover them all with glass and say fuck you.
Yeah, so with Gara, that is actually a really good point. Gara does have really good defensive and
She'll be good
offensive
at
capabilities
distracting
there.
and defending.
Hmm?
She'll be good at distracting and defending.
That is true. And she also has an AoE glass, so
Hold on, I saw this
That's
funny
to say, one Warframe I feel would be useless would be Hydroid.
thing. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, as much
I
as I would
mean,
love to give
then
him the
again,
benefit of the doubt,
His
but no.
First ability to, not first ability, his one ability to turn into a puddle that everyone can fall inside and fucking die. I say,
But-
yeah, he could do that.
No,
And
he
then
wouldn't.
he could turn
Because
into a
let's
giant
think here.
wave of water and then just suck more people in too.
So, here's the
And
thing.
he'll more likely do that.
They're
instead.
technically not alive, right? Is that what I'm hearing? Mojo?
What?
If they can be killed, they're technically alive.
They are yes, they are living creatures, but they're hive mind.
So they don't need to breathe.
They don't need oxygen, they don't need light, they don't need sleep, they don't need food, they don't need water, they don't need anything. All
So-
they need is biomass, and that is simply to enhance, that is simply to upgrade themselves and to create hive worlds.
So in this case, I think we have a dead set team with optional capabilities that could take out this giant fucking hive mind without having too many problems.
What about Core Strangledome?
Core Strangledome would not do too well, because think about this. After a certain point, it wouldn't work, because as he said earlier, they are in big numbers. A Strangledome would not do much. In fact, it would actually gather more of them up, and if that
They'll be
fucking
dead,
fails
but
at
they
any
won't be able
point,
to morph.
it's done. But in
Yeah,
this
they'll be, like,
case,
dangling
it
and
could
shit. They
work
won't be able to move.
unless they have some kind of smarts where they use each other to pile up, concealing that Strangledome, and instead digging through it.
That won't work. You can't really say that though.
Here it is. What they'll do is, at first, like, say you back yourself into a corner, right? So you're just have a choke point, right? First, you'll have millions of them just coming down that main path. But then, once enough of them die, it's like they're an ever-evolving AI. Once something fails enough, they'll immediately move on to a new strategy. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're in a cave system and you're at a dead end of said cave, and you're just having them a choke point.
Yeah.
Before you know it, the walls around you are gone and you're surrounded by Tyranids.
Yeah. So, in this case, it wouldn't work. Strangledome would not work in that case.
Honestly, when it comes to Tyranids, even if you have the perfectly set team of Warframes to kill them and beat them, it will only last for so long. Because,
Now-
well, yes, they won't get the biomass of those Warframes to understand how to beat them, because they will never be able to kill them. They will eventually, by the time they do kill them, they won't need their biomass, because once one is gone, well, you know, they get weaker, and once they're weaker, it gets easier to kill them. And to be quite frank, millions isn't really
We don't truly know the numbers, so they're... So,
Let's put it, if you drop this team of Warframes onto a hive planet, there are over, I don't know, trillions of them on that
well,
planet.
no. We'll
say
put it
just
in like
send four
this.
Grendels.
We'll put it in sextillion right now, as a starting point.
Sextillion is 6. Quintillion is 5.
Okay.
Quadrillion is 4. Dexillion is 10.
So yeah, we'll put like fucking half of them in.
20.
Look,
We'll
just
say there's
send
half of
four
them on-
Grendels, Tell them to eat the planet.
So we're not going for cheap shots. We want to actually come up with a straight up
Here's
plan
the
that
thing,
will
with
work.
Something like that, there's technically no actual plan you can go for. You can only go for the simplest and most destructive plan.
Realistically, if we're going, like I said, we're going realistic. There's only one Grendel.
Yeah.
Nah, there's multiple blueprints for Grendels.
I know, but we're just going off like one of every Warframe.
We'll think of it as like a Pokemon Nuzlocke in this situation.
Yeah, how about
Yeah.
this? Grendel, Nyx, because she'll literally just absorb all forms of damage that comes her way, and then dish it all out.
Alright.
While he just sucks up everything within the area.
Alright.
And
But-
also, he can just continuously shoot those enemies at Nyx, dealing more damage, which will allow her
So-
to do more damage.
Here's the problem though. Mojo just said that they will evolve and think.
Can they evolve getting sucked up? Will they continuously
Now,
keep
that
going
might-
forward?
Yes, because inside of his gut, they are still alive, so they can transfer information to other members of the hive, and then it will reach the hive lord, and now the entirety of the Tyranid race knows how to kill a Grendel. It's like, don't get too close.
Actually, yeah, don't get too close, but do they have a way to legit kill it?
there are specific breeds of Tyrannid that are meant to engage. Well, Brendo, yeah, no fucking fan. That by the time you see it just burrow into the ground, you're like, oh, I have some time to move. And then by the time you're taking one step, it's already up.
Now, my way of using Grendel, he won't be facing one direction.
He'll just be spinning around.
Nope. He'll be facing downwards because he's eating the planet.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
He's not
Oh,
just eating.
that's
whatever
another
that
thing.
Right.
Okay. You did not mention that they have flight capabilities.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I'm looking at a photo of them right now. Yes. So, okay. There is not a single way of keeping everything under control. Even with that team we just made, there is no aerial attack aside from Volbon. Because he has that fucking nav beacon that fucking shoots. That's it. Yeah.
But then you have Warframes that are built on the air, like for example,
Search up a Tyrannid Hive Pirate.
You said Tyrannid Hive Pirate?
Tyrant.
Oh, Hive Tyrant. Okay.
The one with the 4 arms.
I see.
Yeah, and if you click on that one, if you go down, there are several hundred variations of those. Depends what planet they came from. But how Hive Pirates show up, right? Hive Pirates are only specified on one planet. There's like 1 or 2 Hive Pirates per planet. And if they need more, what they'll do is they'll send out these giant living ships that can move 40 times faster than the speed of light. And because how the Hive doesn't have a conscience, like the only members of the Hive, of the Tyranids that have conscience, are Hive Pirates. Because they need a conscience to perceive the orders of the Hive. So, they have a conscience.
Actually, hold on. I take back what I said about aerial defense. Because I forgot, Garuda has Seeking Talons along with that.
then there's also Revenant, whose ability will attack everything within this area.
Let's refresh here. The team we said was Saren, Volbon, Limbo.
You said
and-
is that.
Well, yeah, no, that's the team we put together. We,
Because I'm thinking more of Grendel.
that's okay. That's your team, but you also did help us come up to the conclusion with what we had as the team that we made together.
Oh, and be aware, Silver, Hive Tyrants are about roughly 3 to 5 stories tall.
Okay, all right.
Like,
Good
they're
to know.
bigger than wolf bandits.
Now, what if we're dealing with a winged one? Because those are rare.
There are winged Hive Tyrants, and they're not actually that rare. They're pretty
Thing is,
common.
all of our
And-
Warframes have solo the fucking Golem.
Yeah. Then again, the
Their
golem
size
just kind of
don't
flies. Then again, the golem just flies around and hits shit and roars sometimes and shoots out little missiles.
Hey, that proves we can fight things bigger than us.
Yeah, but that was in space and it was stupid. The infestation of the hive mind is
Not to
just
mention
stupid.
there's also the Orb Mother.
The Orb Mother? Oh, that's the,
Propaganda.
yeah.
And then there's
Even-
also
Even those
three
would
Eidolons.
be pretty quickly killed. Eidolons are kind of interesting. Those might be 50-50, unless the Tyranids would be able to kill them fast enough.
No, I'm talking about the size.
That is true, but Hive Tyrants aren't like those. They're not AIs, and they're not just
You
walk
can't say
around.
AI attacks them because they're not AIs.
Eidolons, they're just more
They're
blank-minded.
ghosts.
They're ghosts, yeah. So, Hive Tyrants are incredibly intelligent and are able to adapt mid-fight. So, it could be fighting you, and if it's not able to kill you fast enough and as fast as it would like to, it's gonna like, okay, so you're fighting like this, and I'm fighting like this, and this isn't working, so I'm going to grow wings and then just crush you.
And if that fails, they'll have to find another way.
And they'll just keep finding new ways, because hive tyrants can't die. They don't. Sure, you might kill them, but then the Hive Lord just puts their consciousness into a Tyrannid, and that Tyrannid goes into a stasis for a few days and grows into a Hive Tyrant using the biomass.
Okay, hold on. So, not only...
You can kill its body, but you gotta remember, when there's a Hive Tyrant, there's also billions of Tyrannids. So yeah, you kill a Hive Tyrant. Good job. Okay, well now you have a Tyrannid somewhere on that planet that has all the experience, all the memories of that last tyrant that is now slowly turning into a Hive Tyrant in the next 2 to 3 days.
Okay, so...
yeah, and it's coming back 40 times stronger because it wants to kill you for revenge.
Okay, so, in this case, now we have... So, say we kill it. You said there's a 2 to 3 day period they will hibernate.
Wait, so question. So how do we get from fighting the Marines to fighting them solo?
Because we decided that the Marines and Warframes would be 50-50, and then I mentioned Tyranids being a threat to both of them.
And now I'm over here like, because I don't know much about this stuff. So I'm over here like strategizing. That's actually... So, okay. So, back to Tyranids hibernating with a tyrant inside of them, and then growing into them.
Inside of them, the Hive Lord becomes Tyranids are mindless creatures. All the Hive Lord has to do is like, oh, one of my Hive Tyrants has died, so I'm going to take its consciousness before it dies, right? So, when the Hive Lord realizes, okay, this Hive Tyrant's going to die, it'll just take its consciousness just moments before death, and put it in some random Tyrannid, and preferably reasonably far away from where it died, so that it may grow into a Hive Tyrant. Because all Tyranids have the ability to turn into Hive Tyrants, it's just the Hive Lord won't allow it, because first off, that's very biomass expensive, and they need to discover all Hive Tyrants were the product of a Tyrannid actually having a conscience and actually being intelligent, and not just being mindless.
Okay, so with the hibernation period, we could clean out a bunch of Hive Tyrants and have the timer reset each time. Because they still have to hibernate each time they are killed.
Yes.
Quote unquote killed. So,
like I said, eventually, Hive Tyrants will typically, when there is a big threat, right, if they can't kill this thing over the course of, like, seriously, they are really spiteful, revengeful species. If there are just 4 things on a Hive planet, and they can't fucking kill it, they are going to send every single goddamn Hive Tyrant and Hive Lord within a 30 light year radius to go kick their ass.
okay.
Also, I thought about another thing.
But how long would it take for this
getting
thing to get here?
Marines.
Well, it would take about 20 seconds using a Hive Fleet ship to cross 30 light years.
Okay,
Again, here comes the question of what.
Yeah. They're
Again,
fast.
here comes the question of why don't we just team up with the Space Marines if chance is we both want the same exact thing.
Well, yeah, that's why I was a bit intrigued, because the Warframes by no means will be able to side with the forces of chaos. But to side with the Imperial Band would make sense, as they're not psychers, so they won't be, their power won't be used to fuel the like support of the Emperor, and they're still technically human, but powerful. They're like kind of like they're exposed to the void, and so
They're an amalgam.
Psychers, but different.
They're
And
basically
as
the
such,
amalgam.
they'll be seen as inhuman, but useful, and thus will be allowed to live, as long as they work under their rule and not coexistence.
So, alright. In this case, we have made a decent dent. Let's say that we took out half of what we just said. I said sextillion. So we are in
Now down to
trillion. No, that's billion.
Ooh, and I just thought about another thing,
so we're now
which
at
this is only a thing of possibility, is if we can get Era and Ballast to work together. Because
That
if
would
they
be
work
interesting.
together with the Space Marines, they'll be able to create a Warframe out of a Space Marine.
Well,
One-
actually, hold on. Ballast would be fucking killed on sight, as Orkin are golden gods. Because he's
As long as
considered-
as long as he shut the fuck up about his origin, they will probably be calm.
So
But he will not be able to
But
shut
in
the
the
fuck
hierarchy,
up. He will literally
he would
be like,
immediately be
"Praise
killed."
me, motherfucker.
Yeah,
But
he
Era,
will show
on the
up
other
and be
hand,
like,
he's actually proven to be able to make his own Warframe.
yeah,
considering
Arrow
he's
will
been
offer assistance in exchange for his life.
But yeah, no, the thing that really just sets this all in place is, I think with Ballast, he might have some kind of chance if his mouth was shut. But here's the thing.
Shut the fuck up and be on that fucking leash like he had Era had.
But now
If he's
we
on
have
that
one
goddamn
other
leash,
thing
he
here.
will shut the fuck up.
Wouldn't someone be able to sense the hierarchy?
No, that wouldn't make sense considering he's in a different world.
Yeah,
I
he's
would
in a
think
different
he'd be able to
reality.
sense a hierarchy.
And
That's
he
just
will
a
still be
position.
heavily mistreated as a Xeno, as he's not human. He's Orkin, not human. He's not the product of the God Emperor, and thus he
In
is
fact,
a Xeno.
they'll make fun of him with his long ass arm. I would make fun of him because of his long ass fucking arm. Like, what the fuck you
Yeah.
doing with that? Unless you got a horse
Era,
with
on
it.
the other hand, isn't even technically a biological creature. And
They
so
can just
if
count him as a
anything-
fucking robot. Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
he will be counted
this.
as a robot, and thus the Mechanicus will want to take him apart for study.
Okay.
and that's when we can come. We'll just be like, hey, no, we actually need him for this purpose.
All right.
That is true.
Until
Because
he
the
finishes his
Mechanicus
purpose.
are humans that they're not even really considered humans anymore, but they're so important that they're allowed to live peacefully and coexist rather than be under the oppressive rule of the Imperium. They are a part of it, not with it.
All right. So we are currently at 3 sextillion.
Yeah,
Hold on.
but with Era, we'll be able to
What
create
is half?
two
It's still
Warframes.
not 16 million.
Oh shit.
Half Sicilian equals FE plus 20. 5E plus 20. So it's 5 to the exponent of 20.
Wait, wouldn't that just be trillion?
Five to the exponent of 20 equals approximately 333 trillion.
Okay, so the numbers are knocked down by
that's right.
quite a fucking lot, dude.
I
But-
don't know if I did the math
Yeah,
right.
but
I
then
probably
again-
That
didn't.
might not be the math, but yeah. We'll say what is
But let's just say
here.
they did knock them down to the trillions.
Yeah. We would have a shit ton of tyrants on our ass.
You probably have every single tyrant in the known galaxy on your ass. If you even survive that long.
Yes. Now, the critical thing here is that we make sure that A, there is enough firepower, ammo,
There's
Enough-
weapons that don't need ammo, for example, Naruto.
Yeah.
And then there's like more weapons that just require some recharge.
enough men, and the Warframes are still alive. So,
And then the creation of newer Warframes made with the same type of shit that the
The
Warhammer
team that
stuff
we made
was.
up are the best, is probably the best chance you have against a Tyranid invasion. But to put them against the Tyranids themselves, they would not survive long. They might survive for at least a day or two.
There's
By
a
then,
way for
they
them
are
to
considered a threat to the
get
Tyranid hive world, and thus will be annihilated by hive tyrants.
The
Yeah.
main thing they really need to focus on is finding a way, or they should take that.
Wouldn't the Hive Lord just be like some giant, like? So
It
this
is
is a
not
giant-ass
known-
hive mind.
No,
Wouldn't it
is
just be
not
the planet
known
itself?
What the Hive Lord is, because the Hive Lord is on a planet outside of the known galaxy.
Okay, so it's not possible to get there.
Sorry, not outside
It's
the known
not
galaxy, outside
impossible.
the known universe.
It's not impossible to get to it.
It's not
It's
impossible.
Well, actually, no. It is considered impossible, as the reason why they have not left the known universe is because everywhere they go, there are just Tyranids on the edge of the universe.
So we'll think
I
of it
didn't know I
like.
could do that.
So all right. They're in.
That's how powerful Tyranids are. They have taken over, like, only the known universe that is under Imperium control is not infected by the Tyranids for all we know.
So now that we are aware of the situation, we have counted our men. We made sure. Hello. Fuck.
Silver, get your ass on Brawl.
No.
Why?
I don't wanna.
You're just gonna let him get punished?
Yes.
Because he's fighting my Tigers.
Oh, cool. Okay, but yeah. I feel like once you get to that trillion point, they're literally just beyond, like, there's nothing else. I
let
feel
myself
like
die.
our ending
Also,
point.
I got the hierarchy wrong. Hive tyrants are the highest, but things like you have I forget what the actual term for the main big bosses. I think it's like the Hive Lord or something. But hold on.
I feel like
Search it right now. Hold on.
we would put a dent in the number we had put.
On that planet,
But-
but not the number of actual.
It still wouldn't be enough. By the time we finish off, like, we'll say that we did have the power. They are so evolved, but once we hit that trillion point, they killed off most of the men. The Warframes are fucking gone. And at that point in time, it would just lead to an entire mass flee. And that's it. We would probably have an end number. We'll probably end at somewhere close to 1 billion. Maybe. If we are fucking lucky. But
But I
nothing
feel
else.
like at a certain point, the Hive
Okay,
will just
so I
consider them
was
way
right.
too much
So
of a threat. and
basically,
just leave.
The hive mind, that's what it is. The hive mind is pure psychic energy that can take physical form when necessary, but has never been recorded as doing so. And the only time its control may be interrupted is by killing a hive tyrant, because the hive tyrant, it acts as a vessel for psychic energy.
Okay.
But, as I said, the more hive tyrants show up, the more you kill. And thus, its power over the Tyranids get stronger. And even if you kill the only hive tyrant in the area, that doesn't mean the Tyranids are just going to stop, like in the Great Wall.
Yeah.
They're going to keep going, but they just won't follow. They won't have any orders to follow. They'll just go off pure instinct and savagery.
So, alright. So, we say we hit the 1 billion point at the end, but it was not enough. That's it.
And our heroes fall.
We fall. Yeah. But now we gotta think about this. What is their breeding pattern, if they have one, and how fast are they popped out?
Their population goes up into the billions within first contact.
So-
within the first few days of first contact.
Okay, so
But
immediately,
also, how big are they when they start off?
they're not too big.
Within the first day and a half of their life, they're about the size of a medium dog. But when fully grown, aka 2 weeks, they are about the size of a timber wolf, if you know what that is. A timber wolf is effectively a 6
I know
foot
exactly
tall,
what they are.
6 to 8 feet long dog.
I
So-
know what they are.
They get big. And they
So by
are-
the time-
As long as we're
There are-
killing them the same day.
There are thousands of subspecies of them, though, that vary in both size, strength, and practicality and tactics. Hell, you have Tyranids that are so loaded up with toxic spores that, and what they do is they just run at you and explode with pure plasma as their own blood.
Okay, so
they're incredibly volatile.
Alright.
And the species itself is an extremely versatile. They are literally effectively just a living biological factory.
Hey,
alright.
what if we have the Tyranid fights the fucking Flood?
The Flood is a better example for the Flood are what's called Gene Stealers. Gene Stealers are a subspecies-ish of, well, for a time, Gene Stealers were their own species, but the entirety of their known species were consumed by the Tyranids, and now the only Gene Stealers that are ever spoken of are Tyranid Gene Stealers. And what they do is one of them goes to a planet, and then will pretend it'll look like a human. It will mate. It'll make a family. It'll mate, and then it'll begin to create a cult and progressively create a larger population until entire planets are under their control.
So, alright. At the point we fail, by the time a fleet is big enough.
The fucking smart disk.
What'd you
This
say?
is the third time today now that my game has crashed because I used a smart disk.
Okay. So, alright. We failed. By the time we would get a big enough fleet, another set of Warframes that were like almost equal to the team, which would probably much be impossible, they would already push back. Probably even higher. So, at that point, it's a fail.
There you go.
We have proven it is possible, but under a certain circumstance and our luck. So at this
Luck
point,
plays no fucking rule. It's
Well,
pure determination,
it's
strength,
pure luck.
and how smart you can fucking be.
Yep.
Oh, I
But-
just read something that changes a lot. So, with enough collection of hive tyrants, the Great Devourer,
Damn.
which is the name for the hive mind, creates its own version of a warp storm called the Shadow in the Warp, in which it can unleash an entire fucking just storm of pure psychic energy, as well as open up portals to other hive worlds, which allow almost the entire population of Tyranids to swarm a single planet.
Alright, then it was mission failed right at a trillion.
I
That
think
was it.
it was mission fail at half sextillion.
Yeah. So we have proven it can be done, but only so far.
Yeah, you can only fight them for so long before you are just destroyed.
Taken out. Yeah, so
You can't even say you're good with that, considering you just spammed your ass up.
yeah. So we literally have come to a
I keep
conclusion.
learning- I should read the wiki more, because I've just learned of something called a Biotitan. So, the Imperium of Man has what's called Titans. They are giant fucking robots that have their own souls of the machine spirit. And so they don't need operators, right? They're their own thing. And they follow the Mechanicus, because they harness the machine spirit. To combat this, the Tyranids created what are called Biotitans, which are basically giant fucking Tyranids the size of fucking mountains. Like, tyrants can get as big as mountains, but these things are on average the size of mountains.
Oh wow. So alright. So this is a human thing, not a whatever the fuck they're called again.
Titans are like, you have 3 different Titans. You have your Standard Titan, Warlord Titan, and Oppressor Titan. Standard Titans are 12 stories tall, at max. You have Knights, which are technically Titans, which are only 6 stories tall. Then you have Warlord Titans, which are on average 20,000 feet tall, or approximately, hold on, what is that in meters? Alright, length, feet. They're approximately 6,000 meters, or, 6,000 meters, or approximately 6 kilometers, or 3 miles tall, nearly 4 miles tall.
Damn, bro.
Right? Now you have the Oppressor Titans, which can reach a height of about, I think it was 45,000 feet. Let me check. Yeah, 45,000 feet on average, which means they are 8 miles tall, and thus their very top is almost out of the atmosphere.
I think I'm at the point where I just don't care anymore.
Yeah. Now be aware, an Oppressor Titan has been destroyed by Tyranids. That's actually how most of them have been destroyed, by the Tyranids. Which means the Tyranids have their own version of the Oppressor Titans called Bio-Titans, which can be around the same size. They are just... Tyranids are unbeatable, because when you think you've beaten them, more show up. And the same can be said for orcs, but the orcs are not mindless hive minds.
Yeah, but when it comes to Tyranids, we can't really come with an actual solution until they can.
Yeah. Yeah, because
it was a fight for no reason. We really had no reason to actually fight Tyranids if there's no way to actually.
That's why I said at the start that there's one thing that the Warframes and Imperium can't beat, and that is...
What was the point of us even having this conversation?
I don't know, it just got really cool.
It's a cool idea. It's just something to think about and talk about. It's fun. It's for fun.
I think this is like an hour.
The Tyranids are an actual very popular topic for like what game series would win. Nothing would ever win, but it's just something cool to talk about. What would have the best chance?
No. Hold on.
Except for Dark-type Pokemon.
Not
Not effective. No effect whatsoever.
Alright, so we have come to the conclusion, not possible, but can somewhat be done.
Yeah, Tyranids could theoretically, with enough Warframes, could be removed from a planet. But like I said, they have massive tunnel networks.
It really doesn't matter
and
until
plus,
we actually kill the hive planet itself.
Yeah.
Now,
Unless we can take care of the hive.
Once hive planets are 100% constructed and turned into a hive planet, the planet itself is a Tyranid, pretty much.
So really, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I just found something that
Enough. Hush.
No, it's not about the Tyranids. So I used to be a Royal Canadian Army Cadet for 3 years, and I ate from MREs, and I found this thing. When I get the vegetable omelet MRE, the attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. I have gotten the vegetable omelet MRE. The description of it, scarred and deformed, and an attempt on my life is very accurate. Those things are fucking disgusting.
Okay. Now, I think we're done here. But I will say one last thing.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I still have one more thing. I still have one more thing to say. Keep in mind, we also did limit the thing, so we don't want to go. We're not going to go into it, but we still do have possibility of winning. But we'll keep that limit just to stop the conversation for now. And plus, I need to eat, and I'm gonna clip this so I can listen back to these and listen to how fucking crazy we sound.